Hello, I am Ethan Staversky, and I'll be solving this 9-step triangle proof for Miss Watt's 8th grade geometry class. Okay, I'll be solving this triangle proof using these given statements. XB is perpendicular to XY, which states that this angle B right here would be a right angle. And statement XB is perpendicular to BA also states that angle X is also a right angle. Okay, using this statement, XZ is congruent to ZB, we can make these marks saying that they are congruent. And our ultimate goal is to prove YZ is congruent to ZB. And we also have to use a third statement that is not given, but we can use that using the vertical angle theorem, saying that these two angles right here are congruent due to the vertical angle theorem. As we stated up here, line XB is perpendicular to XY. We can conclude that angle X is a right angle, so let me just write that out now. Line XB is perpendicular to line XY. That is a given. And we can conclude that angle X is a right angle, which would be the definition of perpendicular. Okay, as we stated before, just like this, line XB is perpendicular to BA. I'll just write that out here. Line XB is perpendicular to BA. We can conclude, or that is a given, we can conclude that angle B is a right angle, because that is the definition of perpendicular segments. Now that we have concluded that angle B and angle X are both right angles, we can now state that angle X is congruent to angle B because all right angles are congruent. We'll go back up to the given where it states line XZ is congruent to line ZB. Now let's write down here. XZ is congruent to ZB, which is a given. Okay, now we have used all of our givens and we need to solve for the last angle. So we'll use the vertical angle theorem to state that angle XZY is congruent to angle BZA by the vertical angle theorem. We have concluded all the statements we need. Now we can state that triangle XYZ is congruent to triangle BZA by way of angle, side angle, because we have the right angle, the side, and the vertical angles all congruent together. We have concluded that triangle XYZ and triangle BZA are both congruent. Now we have one more to prove that line YZ is congruent to line ZB, and that is a given to us. So we can just write that down here. Line YZ is congruent to line ZB, and we can prove that by CPCTC. And that is how you solve a 9-step triangle proof.